Thank you for joining us here on KARE11.com. I'm Jason Hackett. Let's get to some of our top stories here on this Wednesday. The man convicted of killing a Wisconsin teen and stabbing 4 others while tubing on the Apple River is scheduled to be sentenced today. 2 years ago, Nikolai Mew was recorded confronting a group of teens on the river. It all ended with him stabbing 17-year-old Isaac Schumann to death. Mew claimed that he acted in self-defense and that the teens ganged up on him. He was found guilty of first-degree reckless homicide and 4 counts of reckless endangerment and battery. We're following new developments in an investigation into a missing woman from the Randolph Township. Officials are now offering a $5,000 reward to help find her. Nikki Anderson was last seen on July 6th, leaving her home without her cell phone, wallet, or medications. The Dakota County Sheriff's Office is asking for anyone with information to call them. The owner of the Lutsen Lodge, which burned down in February, is now at risk of losing another resort along the North Shore. According to a court order, Bryce Campbell defaulted on payments for Superior Shores Resort. Court documents say he has 60 days to fix it or he will lose all ownership rights. Campbell's attorney argued the emergency order was not warranted. They are meeting for an evidentiary hearing today. Developing today, we could see escalation in the Israel-Hamas war following the death of Hamas and Hezbollah leaders. Officials confirmed Ismail Haniyeh, a Hamas political leader, was killed during an airstrike in Iran. Hamas is blaming Israel for the attack, and Iran's newly inaugurated supreme leader has vowed revenge. Israel has also taken responsibility for the death of Iran-backed Hezbollah's most senior military commander. The attacks come just days after the United States, Qatar, Israel, and Egypt met to discuss a possible ceasefire. Turning now to the 2024 presidential election, Vice President Kamala Harris plans to hit the campaign trail in Wisconsin next week, along with her brand new running mate. Now, she hasn't announced her choice just yet, but Harris's campaign announced she will be joined by her running mate as soon as next Tuesday for a stop in Philadelphia. Now, the pair will also pay a visit to western Wisconsin as well. Today, she'll be in Houston as she tries to make up ground with less than 100 days until the election. Now, on the Republican front, former President Donald Trump is in Chicago today. He's attending the annual convention for the National Association of Black Journalists. It's a day of conversation and a QA session. The event will be moderated by 3 experienced journalists. Now, Harris was invited as well, but it conflicts with her schedule. CNN reports her campaign did try to make an alternate appearance work, but that option was rejected by the NABJ. Today, President Biden is calling on the federal government to curb the flow of fentanyl into the United States. In a national security memorandum, he's calling on agencies to work together to stop traffickers' smuggling operations. He's also expected to call on Congress to pass a proposal that would reclassify substances as Schedule I drugs. Fentanyl is up to 50 times more potent than heroin and kills tens of thousands of Americans each year. If you have any Boar's Head products in your fridge, you'll want to listen to this. The company is now recalling 7 million more pounds of meat because of a listeria outbreak. You're seeing some of those products on your screen right now. Just last week, we alerted you to the outbreak and recall impacting several states, including Minnesota. The USDA shows the recall now covers every product made at the facility from May 10th through July 29th. In Edina, construction is underway in several areas, making some popular shopping spots hard to access. Business owners say they're struggling right now. Jennifer Hopp has an update on the work and when it may be done.
Just trace it, don't do anything else.
Just like sidewalk chalk art, construction is a summer mainstay, and in Edina, that's no exception, except some business owners say it's hurting their bottom line.
This side of the neighborhood looks like a ghost town. This is not what we expected.
Sohail Gora owns an Indian restaurant at 50th and France, a popular shopping area there, now nearly impossible to navigate as work begins on a new bus line.
It has isolated us.
Gora saying foot traffic is down up to 40%.
I'm a small family business. I don't have a chain, I don't have an alternate location. So for me, this is it.
The city says sections of streets will be closed at least through August as it adds more music events, outdoor seating, and that other artistic outlet Merritt's grandkids enjoy.
That was very nice of them to do this.
She says the short-term problems are an investment in the city's future, no matter how frustrating they might be.
People coming from outside, it is kind of daunting when you drive to a place and you don't expect it to happen, but suddenly there are all these barriers and all this construction. That's kind of tough. You know, you just kind of roll with it. That's what you do.
While progress rolls on, Gora hopes so too can business.
I mean, eventually, we need customers to come back in, and it's not their fault.
In Edina, Jennifer Hoff, KARE 11 News.
After almost a year and a half since Aldi closed its doors, the Jordan neighborhood in North Minneapolis is getting a new grocery store. Let's take a look at what's in the works.
I'm Heidi Wigdahl. North Minneapolis is getting a much-needed new grocery store. In February 2023, Aldi left its location on Penn Avenue North, leaving a food desert in its place. A year and a half later, the city announced a local grocer will be moving in by the end of the year. Colonial Market will feature not only a grocery store, but restaurant, ice cream shop, and butcher shop. Owner Daniel Hernandez, who owns 2 grocery stores in the city, says he's also dedicated to hiring workers in the neighborhood. Colonial Market's North Minneapolis location is set to open by early December.
But tomorrow, the NFL is holding its first preseason game of the year between the Texans and the Bears. The Vikings, meanwhile, still have some more time to get ready, and they're bringing out the pads for today's training camp practice. The team had a special guest at yesterday's practice, Governor Tim Walz. Like the rest of us, he got to see the quarterback competition play out on the field there. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell says Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy have both done well, but also have made their fair share of mistakes. Coach says we could start to see J.J. get more first-team reps. The Vikings' first preseason game is 10 days away against the Raiders. And as the Vikes hit the field today, it's going to be a hot one. And we're also preparing for some evening storms that you may have to dodge. Here's a look at your forecast.
Well, we are issuing tonight as a KARE 11 weather impact alert day. But again, like I said, we're focusing this more towards the evening. So I've highlighted that in red where you need to be alerted for these storms. Now, most of today, if not all of the day, it's going to be sunny and it's going to be very hot. We could actually see heat index values rise into the 90s, and that's what you're going to see here until about 4. Now, once we get to 6, storms are going to be moving into the metro, but we could see these even earlier west of the metro, and some of these storms could bring wind damage with them. 90 degrees for a high temperature. Anything east of the metro here, Menominee, Hayward, Rochester, no rain today, really not until the sun sets out on the east side. But once you get to Marshall, Ortonville, areas in southwestern Minnesota, storms are going to be possible as early as 2-3 p.m., and that's where they could be a little bit stronger. Like I said, to go with the storm threat, take a look at this. We're looking at the feels like temperature of that heat index pushing the upper 90s. Middle to upper 90s today. That's what the 70-degree dew point and 90-degree temperature will do. Feels very hot and very muggy. So here's that update and why we have issued this, because they've moved that enhanced threat through a good portion of the state here of Minnesota, Ortonville, Marshall, up to Wilmer, Mankato. What's going to happen is the storms will develop here in South Dakota. They're going to be starting as a large hail threat. Once the storms congeal, they will quickly move south, and that will become more of a wind threat. Now, you'll notice the Twin Cities is on the edge of the slight risk. If we get a severe thunderstorm, it is going to be for wind, and better chances will still be southwest. So here we go. This is 3 p.m. You can see that line of storms starting to slide into southwest Minnesota there. You see it once they come together. That's that wind threat we'll be looking at here 6 p.m. tonight through 10. That's why we've got it there highlighted in red for you, is when the storms will come through. So 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we're kind of in this. And then quickly after midnight, we're pretty much wrapping up with this. Thursday, we'll have some more cloud cover. I can't rule out passing showers or even a weak thunderstorm, but tomorrow is not even close to what today is going to be. It will actually be held down. So rain chances over the next week. We will not see rain. Once we get to Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday night, I don't think we'll see much. Now, Saturday overnight through Sunday morning, there's a small chance. It really looks like the next real threat for rain is going to be coming on Monday. The other big thing with this is going to be a big cool down that comes next week. So you can see there we have highlighted your weather impact alert night, which is going to be tonight starting at 6 o'clock through midnight tonight. And then as we go into Thursday, we're going to be seeing 84 degrees, a few showers. And then Friday, Saturday, both those days, 89 degrees, so very hot, very dry, and a lot of sunshine. So we could actually use the rain tonight. That would help us out. Sunday, lower humidity, maybe a little rain in the morning. Monday's your best chance, but I tell you what, I expect 70s for high temperatures by next Wednesday. It looks like some really nice weather is going to be moving in. But make sure to have a way to get weather. Download the KARE 11 weather app, and we got you guys covered here this evening during the storms.